Hey everybody, it's Thursday, which means it's another episode of Naturally Unbothered. I am Shari.
I'm Ebony.
And we have a guest, Miss Nikiya from the Muzzle Is Off Podcast. Totally just drew a blank when I took these glasses off. She is the author of The Secret Wives, The Lies That Bind. She's a producer. She is 100% one of our chicks, unfiltered, unfiltered, okay? Uncut, raw. You're going to get her how you get her.
Yeah.
This is Nikiya, y'all. Welcome to the show, Nikiya.
Hi, thank y'all for having me. Welcome.
Thank you. Right. So what's everybody drinking?
I got some, this is, who is this? Caribbean Tree, I think that's her name. She a Black-owned lady. Well, clearly she's Black-owned. She a Black-owned company, and she makes her own, like, rum punch. So I ordered her rum. Caribbean Tree.
Okay.
Is it local? Where are you? No, so I'm in New Jersey, but I want to say her company is based out of Maryland, because I ordered it and had it shipped to me.
Caribbean Tree. I'm about to look that up.
She is on Instagram. You know what? Plug. It's good. I like them. In Jack Daniels Down Home Punch. I can't get Caribbean Tree. Alabama does not allow us to get alcohol mailed into us.
That's terrible.
Caribbean Breeze Tree.
Okay, Caribbean Breeze Tree.
I need Alabama to allow y'all to have alcohol delivered.
You know?
Speak that into existence, honey, please. Listen.
Oh, I found her. Oh, she's got all kinds of flavors.
I want to say I had the, what was that other one? Pineapple, mango, something like that. That one was really good.
Oh, I like her packaging.
Isn't it pretty?
Yeah. She's got some nice little packaging.
Ooh, okay. So, Shari, when you order yours, order one for me, and I'll pick it up when I'm that way.
I got you. I'm drinking a mojito. It's nothing to write home about. It's pre-made and it tastes like crap.
Oh no.
I know, but I don't believe in alcohol abuse, so I'm going to finish it. Right,
because you can't waste the alcohol. I'm a firm believer in that.
It's a clear violation. I mean, even if it's nasty, you just be like, I'm gonna drink it, but never gonna get it.
Right.
Never.
If I fall asleep on it and I wake back up, I'm gonna finish my cup. It's the breakfast wine. It's the breakfast liquor. It's for breakfast. It is. It starts your day. I don't care what anybody say. Yes. Don't judge. Exactly. Finish it off.
Judge your mama. Don't judge me.
That's right. I'm gonna finish what I started.
So to start this out, we're gonna do a little shameworthy. But after I do this shameworthy, I have a question. And it's just because I'm a woman that I'm asking this question. But we're shaming this, and I could not find this woman's name. Ohio softball coach. She's 31 years old. She's facing prison time because she had sex with a 17-year-old student 8 times in her car, at the school, and then she basically begged him to not report it. My question is, why do every time these incidents come up, why are women always the ones that they always be like, oh, she had sex with the student? Like, these men teachers are not out here having sex with students. Like, the women's stories are the ones that make the news, to be all over the news and all over everything. They pay the ultimate price. Sex with students, they're like, he has sex with the students, he's going to jail or whatever, and it's just nothing. But it's like such a big deal when women have sex with students. Why do you think that is, Nikiya?
I honestly don't know why that is. But it's probably one of a few things, right? when you think of like, I think like the very first case that I think we really ever heard of was years ago with that white woman with the Spanish boy, right?
Mhm.
And remember that? They ended up having kids together, even though she went to jail. They ended up together for however long they stayed together for, even if they are still together today. And I think she died.
Like 2 years ago, I want to say.
Yeah.
What?
A year or two ago. And they're still married and they taking care of their children. I think they got married and everything.
Yeah. Right.
I think they had like 2 kids together.
It's kind of like, so when you look at a woman and you think of what the woman has to do, I guess, for the young boy in his mind, right? So they're going to literally blast that all over the TV. When you think of a man, it's just like, oh, okay, well, he went to jail. But when it's a woman, it literally is this big thing because of the control that they feel that a woman could have over the mind, especially of an impressionable young boy. So she had, it's like in their mind, like she had to do something to make him do that. And then the fact that she begged him not to tell, like, okay, if you would have did that one time, but no, you actually went back 8 times to have sex with this child, 8, and then begged him not to tell. That just seemed a little weird in and out of itself. Like you knew you was doing something wrong, but you couldn't help yourself, so you kept doing it. But then it's like, he wasn't a minor technically, I guess, right? I guess because he was 17 years old, so he was of age to consent. So what exactly are we charging her with? Unless they saying that it started prior to 16 or whatever. But see, that was my whole thing with that whole case. I was just like, it just sounds weird to me with her. And years ago, this stuff was normalized in the Black community. It seems that when this is happening outside of our community, it's a big deal. But this was literally normalized in our community. Like this was something that young men have grown up with for years. I know men that have said that they've had sex with their mother's friends and that was okay. And I'm like, that was rape. That's not okay.
I do know a couple of guys who've had sex with their mother's friends, unfortunately.
And this was normal. There was no cops called. There was no charges. This was normal. So it's like
passage, I guess, almost.
Right? Because they was like, now you a man now. Oh, you a man now. And then that was perpetuated in our communities going down. I mean, I hear it. You know what I'm saying? It's a rite of passage. You become a man now because you had sex with an older woman. Oh no, you know, it's a thing, but it's a culture. Rape. I call it rape culture. It's all a culture.
It is. So her name, I just found her name. Her name is Ashley Rising, and she is who we are shaming today. Shame on you.
You have a picture of her?
I do. You know, I got a picture of her.
To know what she looks like, because I'm just gonna play devil's advocate for a second, because this teenager, he's 17. I don't know when it started, but only 17, and he kept going back 8 times. And so I'm like, it's
a little tricky one.
Yes, it's real tricky because it's not like when that little Hispanic kid was 13.
He was young.
Yeah, he was young. This dude, and she's
decent looking.
She's decent. And so I'm like, I can only imagine her being young also. And then kid being young, the teachers. So my teachers back in the day, I didn't have any young teachers. They were all old, or what I perceived as old. They're all about my age now. I didn't have any 22, 21, 23, 24-year-old teachers at 18, 17 in high. I did not have any. So I'm like, myself being a little hot in the pants, I don't know how I would have been if I would have had a hot science teacher. Oh, handsome with his little beard glistening, and him coming to school at 24. I don't know how I would have been. So I just think that he was willing. And I think because they got caught, he probably didn't have a choice but to come out. And so that's how I feel like it's been all the time with the women teachers, because all of the students have been pretty much older, juniors and seniors that have come out. And it's like they've gotten caught because some girl that liked the boy was hovering around, saw something that looked a little tricky, reported it, and then he had no choice but to come out and be like, yeah, I've been messing with her 8 times, and now here we are, I have to tell on her. He probably didn't want to, but he had to. I mean, I don't know. I don't like
8 times.
It's 8 times.
Somebody enjoyed that for 8 times.
Yes.
Well, we know she did.
I mean,
because she done jeopardized her life and her job and everything, for this 17-year-old dick.
Be wondering about the mind of the people, because me and all of my grownness do not look at a high school kid as attractive at all. Like, you're a kid. I don't care what you look like. I'm not sexually attracted to a child. You know what I'm saying? My mind immediately goes to that's a child. That's somebody's child, right? Mm-hmm. So my whole thing is, what the hell is in the mind of these people that really sit up here and have sex with children? And then I look at the whole good LGBTQ plus community, because y'all wanted to create a sexual orientation for this and act as if this is normal. So when we see stuff like this, and we're like what the hell? But this is something that they really want to classify as a normal act. It's just a person that's attracted to minors. Why is this normal?
I mean, it's an actual fetish, or a kink, I should say. It's actually a kink. Pedophilia is a kink.
Is it, or is it really and truly a sickness? Because I can't kinkily.
We feel that it's definitely a sickness. But it is actually a kink. It is classified under a kink. Not all kinks are legal. It is definitely illegal. But it's classified as a kink. And it can just be the fascination of sex with a child, the act of sex with a child, just visually looking at children. There's like so many aspects that fall up under pedophilia. So yeah.
I don't want that kink.
Yeah, that's what state are they in?
Ohio.
Ohio.
Oh, they were in Ohio.
Yeah, Ohio.
She's going to jail anyway.
Yeah, she's going to jail. Years.
I kind of, for 5 years?
At least 5.
Oh, well, I bet when she get out, they're going to do it again.
Oh, listen here, all of them in a little kinky self, whatever you want to call it.
And he'll be 18.
He'll be 18.
Over 18. Unless she moves out of that town that she lives in, I'm sure they'll do it again. Anyway, shame on you.
Shame.
Nasty
stuff.
They still be young as hell, y'all. We have to, and I'm not even condoning this shit at all because I think it's despicable. But how old was she?
31.
Oh, she's too damn old. Never mind what I thought if you was gonna say like she was a first year teacher, I could kind of almost understand, because they still be young out of college, like they still be young minded. And 17 doesn't seem young to me to a 22, 23-year-old. But this bitch 31. So yeah, shame on you.
I think we're gonna need to look and see how old he was when they first started, because the legal age of consent in Ohio is 16. She might not go to jail unless they technically say she forced him.
I think because of that teacher-student relationship,
it's inappropriate.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of that dynamic, that's what makes it.
I mean,
at the grocery store, it wouldn't matter.
We had old and young teachers at my high school when I was in school, and we had one teacher. He was also the baseball coach. When I tell you he was fine as wine. Like, I know the girls was pushing up on him. And then we had another young one that was a basketball coach. He was decent looking, but still, I know plenty of girls who had crushes on him because they used to talk about it and stuff like that. I don't know. They never had any controversy. I never heard of anyone ever sleeping with either one of them. But I'm just saying, I know some girls that were pursuing them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, what do you do with that when, you as a teacher, you are trying to stand your ground, but you have all these hot ass little girls, hot in the bottom.
You have to report it.
Making comments and chasing after you. Like, how do you handle that as a child? I mean, as a teacher.
You got to report it. You got to report it.
I didn't have them problems when I was a teacher, but I will tell you, after my students graduated.
Did they even speak English?
Yes, I taught at American school. Stop playing, and you know that.
Oh, I thought in Korea. I was like, don't nobody want to check your VOS.
But none of them pushed up on me and the whole time I taught. But now that they are all adults, there is like 3 of them that are like, I have to remind them, like, hey, no, sir. Like, I'm grown now, Miss Hubbard. I'm grown. I don't care about you being grown. You was the same little kid who I gave detention or extra assignments because you wouldn't shut up because you was interrupting my damn class.
They said they grown.
But they don't have a chance. They grown.
Still see them as the same kid. They are still the same kids I taught. I don't care how old they are.
Because you don't have the mind of a pedophile. That is a specific mind. Like I am not aroused by a child. They are aroused by children. You got to have that mind. And whatever you want to kink, whatever the case, some people say it's a mental illness, whatever that is, all y'all need to go to jail. I don't care what y'all got going on. Ain't no way in hell. All y'all go to jail. I don't care what the legal age of consent is. I'm sick of all y'all, even the little church ones, because y'all do it too. All y'all need to go to jail.
Oh, the church be
full of them. Church is full of them.
The church be off the chain.
All y'all go to jail.
Yeah.
Go to jail.
Shame. Okay, let's get off this bitch because she's giving me
a headache. So
whole headache.
I'm about to get all in y'all business right now. Do y'all know y'all count?
I'm choked. Bitch, how dare you?
You was taking a whole good sip. You was like,
I'm not gonna ask y'all count. I'm asking y'all, do y'all know it?
And do.
And can get close. Look. Don't nobody need to know my number, but I was out there. Okay. Okay, how was life?
You
but
was
I'm
not
reformed.
out there.
Okay.
You know what? That shit is like your credit report. After 7 years, that shit get wiped off.
Exactly. It's been 7 years, October 27th.
I feel like it get wiped off every time you didn't have a good experience. So that
those don't never count.
I blocked that out of my mind.
It didn't happen.
All right.
My credit good.
So there's a lady on the podcast. It's like valuetainment. This is her thoughts. It's a little lengthy, so bear with me.
Okay.
The female body count is really important to men. And I think if I were a guy, I would care about it as well. Here's why. I think that it's a sign of disrespect to yourself to not treat sex as something that has value. And I think that guys still value purity in women. I don't think they have to be virgins, but I think they value women who have been hesitant to put their bodies out there with everyone. In other words, they don't bed hop. Maybe they had a few partners, but it was people that they really cared about. It was committed relationships. There was monogamy involved. It was a sign of self-respect that those women had because they weren't willing to just sleep with anyone. I watch these videos of girls now, young women, early 20s, and you'll ask them, what's your body count? And they'll say, oh, I don't know, 10, 13, 15. That's gross to me as a female. I do believe that female body count.
So Nikiya, you are our guest. Let's let you have at it first.
What is she even talking about? Like body count, self-respect, all this. What is she really talking about? Here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, your count has absolutely nothing to do with how you respect yourself as a woman or even as a man, because ask some of these men for their count. They ain't gonna know it either. Okay. And it has nothing to do with self-respect. It has a lot to do with sometimes when you're young, you literally are just inexperienced and you don't know. So you think that this person that you're opening yourself up to is going to be that person. Then he turns out to be something else. So then you move on to the next person. Not saying that you move on to the next person like a month later, but it could happen that way because you're young and you're trying to understand this thing called life, love, sex, whatever the case may be. Sometimes as a young person, you get involved in situations that probably not as good for you, but you find that out as you get older, like all this stuff, like, I don't know all these rules and all these regulations as far as like, you know, how many people you should have sex with. But if you're 40-some years old, unless you really and truly stay with the same person from high school, college, whatever. And I do know a couple people that have done that. Don't get me wrong, and all power to y'all. But guess what? Some people that I know that have done that are extremely inexperienced when it comes to things of this world. I'm not saying that your body count make you worldly experienced, but what I am saying is there's some type of experience that comes with experiencing other things with other people, and you become well-versed in you. Right. So I don't know what the hell she's talking about, because she clearly doesn't understand that a lot of times, especially in our age group, with as old as we are, these men ain't asking for no damn body count. What they want to know, you know what I get asked a lot? What the hell's your credit score? That's what the hell I get asked by people. Credit score, they are not worrying about how many people you had sex with, because at 40-some years old, they know you probably had sex with more than 5 people. Like, for real?
Right.
Who the hell, self-worth? Yeah, I'm self-worthy enough to not have sex with a dirty person.
You're fine. 30 dick is good on this show.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm well versed in that much. I'm well versed in understanding the power of a freaking condom. I'm well versed in understanding that my body is my temple, so I don't just let any and everybody run all up in and through it. I'm also self-worthy enough to understand that if you just ate a piece of fried chicken, you ain't licking nowhere up in me because you ain't getting chicken grease down there. All that stuff sits on the tongue. Like, I got enough self-worth to know what I am and not going to do.
Right.
The hell she talk? Is she the other persuasion? Who is she?
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
I knew it.
And she's been ran, I can tell by her bone structure. Listen,
she got strong neck and jaw muscles.
She did. Listen,
she might not have a lot of a long body count, but she got a long suck count.
She got the throat goat.
She the throat goat.
Yeah. She said 10, 13, 15 was gross to her. I must be motherfucking disgusting. Because listen, like I said at the top of this whole conversation, you know, people who have kind of funny upbringings or missing things in their life, they look for those in other people. And sometimes those girls are promiscuous, and it just happens how it happens. And then as they get older, the people that they get involved with kind of dies down, or they get married and they be like, you know what, my husband gonna turn me into a hoe into a housewife, and that's what it is. And so who is this bitch to judge somebody else?
But they can't.
Like, who the hell is she? But I will say this. I know for a fact that people are ashamed of their body counts. I was at a game night. We were playing 21 questions. That question came up. Do you know your body count, and what is it? And everybody wanted to pass. Nobody wanted to answer the question. And that just just let me know that they have run through a whole lot of folks because nobody would have said nothing. And I was like, ooh, y'all nasty, because I was getting on their time. But there's no judgment. I was just like, some people don't want to share. But nobody in the room of 8 people wanted to share their body count. I'm willing to get close to it. I can round down, I guess. But my husband was there and he was looking at me like, and I was looking at him like, he was like, I can count mine on one hand. And I was like, me too. Right, your hands, my hands, your feet, my feet. Look, at the end of the day, it ain't nobody's business. However you got your body count, that's your body count. If you still having a high body count, all I'm asking is that you be safe, because there's so much shit going out here. Just be safe with it.
That's it.
Yeah, definitely put something on it. As soon as I heard this, I was like, oh, we have got to talk about this on the show, because, the fact that she said it's gross, that word, when it comes to sex, it just gives me the EBGBs, because, back in the day when everything was super duper taboo, everything was gross. Everything could do this and it could make you do that and it make you go blind. And, just, there's nothing gross about sex. Now, are there people that do things that may be considered gross? Yes, but the actual act of sex should be a beautiful experience. It should be a great experience. There's nothing gross about healthy, consenting people having sex. So to just go ahead and tell everybody like, you're disrespecting yourself and you're gross, it's just too much. It's just more stigmatisms that they just place on women's plates. Like, it's just more stuff that you just have to muffle through, because you're so worried about what society thinks about you and your sex and how many you have and what you've done in it and things like that. It's another form of shame. And I mean, I didn't appreciate it, but I knew I wanted to see what you ladies actually thought about it. Because when I heard it, I was like, oh, I'm saving this one, because I really want to see what they thought about it.
I think that's why the generation of women and young women is just so, I don't want to say rebellious, because they can do what they want to do, but I think that's why they are the way they are today. We've had to be this prim and proper type of person all through whatever, and now these young people are like, fuck that, I'm gonna do what I want to do, say what I want to say. If I want to twerk in the middle of a voting session, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. So just get your freak on, be safe with it.
They over here twerking at red lights. That's why.
Exactly.
Because y'all got all these little dumb rules that keep telling a woman how she's supposed to be a woman and what she's supposed to do with her body and all this extra stuff, when at the end of the day, what that woman has to decide for herself truly is just for herself. Because don't nobody need to know anything. And that's okay. Mm-hmm. But like you said, for her to call it gross, what is gross? Those are the misconceptions that people have been taught for years. Yes. About, you know what I'm saying? What's okay in the bedroom, what's not. Listen, what goes down in my 4 walls is my 4 walls. And whatever I allow, whatever I want is going to happen in the 4 walls of what the hell I pay for. Because I pay for it. Exactly.
Yes, ma'am.
And that ain't open for nobody's judgment. That's not open for nobody's questioning. None of this stuff is open. What I allow in between my legs ain't even open for you. Whether it's a tongue or whatever, none of that is open for you. But like I said, it's a chicken-free tongue. I'm trying to help people.
Chicken tongues only.
Listen here. Some of y'all women need to understand that for your good vaginal health, okay? Because y'all be outside drinking and eating all damn day, then y'all come in the house, ain't nobody take a shower, ain't nobody gargle with nothing, ain't nobody brush their teeth, and then you wondering why you got leaking.
Your pH is better. Yeah, your pH is off.
If y'all want to learn more more about good vagina health, 205-308-8304. That's 205-308-8304. We'll get you hooked up with some good vagina health tips.
Come on here, drop a number.
All right. So, Ebony, can we get some say my name?
Yes, it's just, I guess it's just that type of night, because this goes back to that teacher situation. So this is called Bad Professor. I caught my roommate having sex with our professor. This is like the 4th time. What should I do? P.S. She's passing his class. I want to pass her.
Is she failing?
Meal is what I'm gonna say. But
So basically, she don't want to do anything. She wants to pass the class, so she want to fuck the professor too. But anyway, Nikiya, you got first dibs. Sorry.
I'm like, is she failing? Because what is she worried about? What your roommate is doing. Worry about what you're doing. If you failing, that's on you. Your roommate passing because she done passed up the. Okay. Roommate is oh wait, the roommate is a girl. So what the professor do, right?
mm-hmm.
So let me tell you what she's gonna do. She's gonna be like, I know what you're doing with my friend. I better pass this class, or else I'm gonna get you fired.
That's exactly what she's gonna do.
That's what she's gonna do.
Exactly what to do.
Because I know what you did last summer.
Yes, that was gonna be my suggestion.
Because I know what you did last summer. I'm in it.
I have busted you 4 times.
Right, and there's three ways. She could say, I'm going to tell. She could fuck him on her own, or they could have a threesome.
They better do a threesome.
Right, because we all involved now. I'm getting everybody tied up.
Because I can tell you what, if the next time she walks in on them having sex and she goes and joins them, he ain't gonna say no.
Right.
And he won't.
Exactly.
He will not
Bad
say
professor. Exactly. Like, we just told you 3 ways you can pass.
Yeah. Just
snitches end up in ditches. So why you gonna snitch?
Get your grade too. You want an A? That's how you gonna get an A.
Duh.
Get ahead of the class.
Hello.
Professor too.
So speaking of threesomes.
Okay.
Thank you for that. Say my name. So I was watching social media because I really don't be watching Love and Hip Hop too often. But so it came out that Ray J and Princess, he tried to put her on blast about, well, he did put her on blast about her, you know, every time he cheating, he not cheating by himself because she with him. Now we know he probably done cheated outside of that, but like she said, she had to own up to that shit. But she also said that she, you know, sometimes being with somebody, you do things just to please them. So my question to you ladies is, have you ever just did some shit sexually just to please your mate?
Now, if I did it, I wanted to do it. Yeah, no. If I did it, I wanted to do it. It had nothing to do with pleasing him. No.
And I'm thinking hard, you know, there's been a plethora of ding dong, and I, for the life of me, can't think of nothing that I did that I did not want to do. So I can't. Princess, you on your own, girl.
I'm
the same as well. And when I saw this, I got to thinking to myself, has a guy even ever asked me for a threesome? I don't think nobody has ever even asked me for a threesome. It'd be me asking for the threesome. I literally was like,
do they give it to you?
No dude has ever been like, hey babe, let's have this threesome. I always be like, hey, we should probably fuck her. She's cute. Like, it's me. It's not even him.
They be with it?
They be with it.
Well, that's good.
Not all of them. Not all of them be with it. Not all of them, but recently.
But the one that's with it is with it.
The one that's with it is with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why I say anything. If I did it, I wanted to do it. I was watching something on TV earlier today. The things these women did because they was in love. Y'all crazy as hell. Listen here. If I'm gonna do it, it's because I want to do it, not because I'm in love. No, I got a whole mind that works. No, Princess on her own. She on that island by herself. I ain't doing nothing to keep no man. If I wanted to lick a coochie, it's because I wanted to do it. If whatever the heck else, if it was a threesome and it was more men than women, it's because I wanted to do it. It ain't had nothing to do with because that's what he wanted. So I wanted to make him happy. If I ain't happy, ain't none of us gonna be happy with that.
Right. And let's get this straight. Let's get the whole truth out there. It's fucking Ray J. It's not some it's Ray J. Bitch, you doing shit to keep Ray J?
That's Brandy's brother.
Yeah, but his dick is beautiful though.
His breath smells like the bottom of a goddamn trash can. So who cares?
I've heard he has stinky breath, but his dick is beautiful.
Well, his breath smells like the bottom of a dumpster, so it doesn't fucking matter.
I don't give a damn if your dick beautiful. If your breath stink, your dick ain't getting that close.
Unless he's taking care of it in the past 18 years, because it's been a minute. I mean, maybe it's better now.
I'm just saying, you can grow in 18 years a lot.
You can.
And dental hygiene.
Bad breath.
You trying to say Ray J still got
had bad breath since high school? Their breath still stank. We've been in school 20 years. So yeah.
That's hilarious. But I ain't never seen halitosis just go away.
I know somebody, I don't know if they had halitosis, but I know they had very stinky breath in junior high, and as an adult, their breath don't be stinking now.
Because they probably just wasn't brushing their teeth in junior high school. You know how that is. Hygiene be at an all-time low in junior high for some of these people. Just be rolling out the bed. Oh, I gotta go to school. Brush your damn teeth.
To be having that crust right here.
Ain't nobody. That's why when they get older, they be having dentures.
They be having to have all kind of stuff.
Hello. Y'all be having root canals at like 21. A root canal? You rotted your tooth out that bad?
It ain't no fixing it.
Just pulling teeth. You know what? There's an epidemic over here in Jersey. Like, I don't care what they say. People in Newark, if they from Newark, and I don't care what y'all say, especially the dudes, they all be missing their back teeth right here. They just be gone. So when they smile, it's just empty space. Lord, don't strike me down. Don't make me lose my molars because I ain't got no reason for it. But I'm just telling the truth because it be a truth. That's what they said. They be all back here, just cheesing. Next thing you know,
well, down south, they all be missing the side tooth. So
listen,
it's ridiculous.
Ooh, I feel attacked because listen. I had a fight with a Twizzler. That motherfucking Twizzler won.
Goodbye. What?
But
we were on air.
It took off my side tooth. What? It
did. On air?
We were on air. Yes, you can see it come out.
Yeah, but I got that bug fixed. Like I'm still $2,000 for one too, because I cannot. Come on, implants.
They be all back here, just empty, just spacing it out. All right, I ain't gonna talk about this no more because now I'm paranoid about my damn teeth.
Yeah, don't wake up and
I want to wake up and feel that.
Wake up and next thing you know, my whole side tooth just be like, eh. Y'all ain't getting me.
Yeah, but side tooth
ministry.
Yeah, where your tooth at, Nikiya?
On your own, princess. Princess, I'm sorry.
They got some
beautiful kids.
Yeah, their kids are cute. I like the openness of their children, but I did, he was just like, why is we talking about this? Because anytime I go do this, you be right there with me. So don't be trying to make it seem like I'm out here.
The girls.
Yeah, but he a liar. He wanted to expose that part, but like she said, Yeah, but there were times when we wasn't together. Like, we're not gonna sit up here and act like you ain't have a whole freaking like situation going on. Like, I don't.
Well, you know that whole family good for lying, because Brandy will lie too.
But like, why would you even expose that part without exposure being needed? Like, what man does that to his wife and the mother of his 2 kids? Him.
Bitchassness, allegedly.
The alleged bitchassness.
Alleged, yeah. I need to make sure I put that alleged in there because.
Well, did you hear it, Ebony? Did you hear the show?
The episode?
Yeah,
I heard it. I don't watch that shit, but I did hear that.
Yeah, I was like, that's so crazy. He was like, wait a minute. And then he tried to say what he's saying, leaving, and couldn't open up the door.
Right.
She said, that's why you can't open up the door.
This dancing ass.
Listen, I still, I try to stay out of people's business and their relationships and don't get no advice on what it is they really should be doing. But
I'll be all in it.
You can't throw me in no swimming pool. Girl. And then we still have, and 2 kids later, we still together. No.
Don't push it in the pool. So
no.
I ain't touch you. We saw you pushing that pool. Just because you ain't want her to throw that wine on you. You know what? I blame the family. They ain't never correct Ray J. All of them. Mama, daddy, all of them. They heard how horrible his ass was singing on that damn verses. Y'all want to say
exactly. And Brandy tried to tell him, but you know what? Like I said before, Brandy be lying too, allegedly, because she lied about her and her baby daddy being married all the time. They wasn't even married and shit.
Car accident.
Years ago, somebody Smith, whatever her husband's name was.
Mm-hmm. Who would have been?
Somebody, he's just irrelevant. He's like nobody, allegedly. I don't know who he is. I'm just gonna keep saying allegedly so they don't be trying to add us. But you can add us at Natural about the podcast and then say your piece on here. Come speak it. Come on. Allegedly.
I just remember he was funny looking.
Definitely.
That's
she didn't take him.
He
didn't go to no openings. He didn't go to no.
What opening could he? Did you see them?
He didn't go to any music awards. She didn't take him nowhere.
Where was he going?
I felt like he was somebody that she was really cool with, that she just was like, you know what? I'm going to give him a taste. And then she got pregnant. It was like, fuck.
Oh, you're talking about Brandy's baby daddy?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know, but whoever it was, he made that baby fat because she's skinny. I mean, allegedly the kid was fat. Now she's skinny. She lost the weight and she looks good now. Their daughter. But she was a chunky child, honey.
He was chunky.
Yeah, he was a big boned dude.
I remember that reality show.
You remember? Yeah,
I do. That's why I say he was funny looking.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't got no kids. See, this is why I don't talk about stuff. My kid gonna come out funny looking with no teeth.
That's baby daddy. That's him.
Somebody Smith. What's his name? Smith?
He looks different now.
He does look different.
That wasn't the him of then.
Years ago. That was a long ass time ago. He had that reality show.
Mm-hmm. I mean, because isn't her daughter grown?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, he looked like somebody that was just really nice. Like, he was nice to me. His name is Robert Big Bert Smith.
Big Bert.
Wasn't he like a goodbye? I'm not doing the Big Bert.
His name is Big Bert. That's his nickname, Big Bert.
Ain't he like a producer or something though?
I don't know what he is.
Never mind. I just remember back then he was funny looking. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot.
No, they don't. They don't.
They don't. Okay.
No.
All right.
No, nobody's wanting him. He does have a wife now, though.
So that's nice.
From what I heard.
Oh, they're not showing her.
Yeah, I heard.
Child. Anyway,
no, they ain't showing her.
Okay.
But anyway, I just feel like that whole family just be lying.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
That's all they do.
Allegedly. You have to make sure you say allegedly, because ain't nobody trying to get sued on this podcast.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, they be lying.
They be
So,
lying.
Nikiya, why don't you tell everyone where they can find your podcast? And you do all these little events and stuff. Tell everybody how they can come and check you out and support.
Okay, so my podcast is the Muzzle Is Off Podcast, and I typically go live every Wednesday at about 7 p.m. I'm live on Facebook. I mainly do Facebook and YouTube. So if you search the Muzzle Is Off Podcast, you'll find me. I have not been going live lately because I'm trying to finish the second book. And I do a lot of different things, right? I know. And I try and I try and keep everything under control, and it's things are getting a little bit out of control lately. But like I just said, I'm in the process of writing my second book. So I haven't necessarily been going live with the podcast because I've been really trying to like zone in and hone in on this book in order to release it within the next 2 weeks. So we're going to see how well I get with that. But yes, I do a lot of different things, because I bartend on the side. So a lot of the times I do a lot of different events as far as bartending is concerned. And I bartend out in Jersey City at a bar, restaurant, grill called Cherry's Lounge every Saturday. So we do brunch and stuff. So I do a lot of different events with brunch. And I do have one coming up December 17th. I'm doing a pop-up brunch, right? So you pop up, you can shop, and you can have brunch. So I'm doing that at the bar on December the 17th. And as I said, I'm a writer, so I am an author. So that is something else that I actually do. I enjoy doing it. I am a certified bartender, so I will sometimes, if people ask me, do private parties, private events, stuff like that. I am a ghostwriter, so I ghostwrite for other people. Like if some people are not writers, so they want to just verbally, they can tell you their story, then you make the magic and you write it up. I will write. I am not an editor. I do not edit people's books. I send books out to be edited by people that are professional editors, because that is a totally different craft that I have not necessarily honed in on, just because I don't have the time to actually hone in on actually editing books and stuff like that. Because that's a lot of words, a lot of imagery, a lot of different things that they do. And I respect all editors out here in the world. I'm just not one. So
I need you in my life.
Huh?
I need you in my life. I need a ghostwriter.
Perfectly fine. I will help you.
Yes.
And other than that, like, I produce my own podcast. Everything that comes out of that podcast literally comes from me. I probably am going to go live tomorrow, just because I got a lot to talk about with this whole Kyrie Irving situation, because it irks my whole good soul what's happening as a whole to us. And a lot of us have been very angry with certain things, and I think we have to put everything in its proper perspective. So I probably will go live tomorrow just to talk about that, because I think that sometimes in all of our education, we have to get an understanding on a lot of different things. So that is pretty much what I do. You know what I'm saying? So I am very busy. So if you want to follow me, you definitely follow me on Instagram at Nikiya_Mone. And that is on all my social media handles. I kind of merge everything under one, because it's easier to find people under one name than to constantly try and search up all these other different names and stuff like that. So if you search out Nikiya Mone on Instagram, all my pages on Instagram will come up. My personal page, podcast page. I have an encouraging page. That page is Live in Truth. I have a private group, Live in Truth, where I just post a lot of different encouraging things in there, because I just want to encourage everyone to live in their truth. I did write the book myself, The Secret Wives, The Lies That Bind. That book was actually edited and all put together by a very famous author, her daughter's name is Elizabeth Roberts. And she put everything together for me, but I wrote that book based on a personal story. So that's why it's called The Secret Wives, The Lies That Bind, because when you are dealing in a situation where you have secret wives, one of the things that's binding you is a bunch of lies. So that's the backdrop of that entire story. That book is available on Amazon. It is not on Audible. I'm sorry for everyone that likes to listen to the books. I will work on getting it put on Audible. I just haven't done it yet because someone got to voice that and it ain't gonna be me. But the second book I'm working on really and truly is for everyone that has ever experienced, let's say, miscarriage, some type of pregnancy loss. That's this book that I'm working on right now, which is why it takes a lot of mental. This book is probably about a year delayed right now, but it's taken a lot of emotions to put it all together, which is why I'm okay with it being a year delayed, because it took all that, right? I suffered a miscarriage 4 years ago, so therefore I'm journaling that entire process, how you feel, how you deal with it, how do you move forward from it, how do you, you know what I'm saying, regroup from all that stuff. So I got to put all that emotion into it, and it's a lot. It takes a lot, and but I'm happy that I'm actually this close to finish. So I'm like, yes, I pushed through and made it to the end on that one. So that is currently what I'm working on, because I think that it'll be very good for us women and even men that have experienced the loss of a child that you never got to meet. Yep. So that, in essence, is all I'm doing. And then on top of that, I post a lot of different things on social media just to engage people and to create conversation.
Awesome. Well, we thank you so much for being on the show. I've been following you for a little minute now, and I just was like, I'm just gonna just shoot my shot and see if she's gonna come on the show. Yeah. So I appreciate you.
Well, I thank you for shooting the shot. Listen.
Yeah, shoot or shoot. That's what we do.
Well, y'all gotta come on Muzzle Is Off, because so I do 2 different types of shows. So I haven't done it after dark in a minute, and everybody keeps telling me you need to do this after dark, and I'm like, I gotta feel after dark-ish to do after dark. So either way, I'm gonna have y'all come on as well, because I think it'll be very interesting. Sometimes with after dark, like I'll play games and different stuff because I have a different card games after dark edition. So you gotta answer. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
I'm here for. We love a good game.
We showed it, especially after dark games.
Hello. And that it gets it all in your good business. You be like, I'm gonna take a sip. y'all ain't gonna get me live telling some stuff.
We be telling it out there. We don't be keeping nothing in the cuts. We be telling everything. So it's all good.
If our people don't know it, then we ain't said it yet. We ain't been drunk enough to tell it, but we be telling them.
Yeah, we be telling it. And then sometimes be so told. We be like, oh snap, I didn't mean to tell it. It's told.
Right? You'll be like, wait, I didn't mean to say that. All right.
Exactly. There are no edits on Naturally Unbothered. It is what it is. You
no
get this
edit.
podcast how you fucking
We used to do the edits and everything, and I was like, no, we're supposed to be unbothered, so it's uncut and unbothered. So this is what you're gonna get.
I love it. Can't be bothered, naturally unbothered, we unbothered. Everybody.
All that.
That's what I be trying to tell people in life. Like if you still bothered by stuff, you in the wrong circle. Cause who cares?
Exactly. That's what I be saying. Who cares?
What are you want me to be? I tell people all the time, I will not.
I can't even shrug my shoulders hard enough. Sometimes I'd be like my shoulders don't fall off. I'd be like, ooh, so irritated with folks.
And it's like, you got so much going, when you got so much going on for yourself and the things in which you do, you really want me to be bothered by that? I refuse. I cannot. I won't.
Cannot, will not, and ain't.
Don't. We got to put all that on a shirt.
Ebony, take us out.
Okay. You guys can follow Naturally Unbothered on IG, Twitter, and Facebook. You can email us at naturallyunbothered2@gmail.com. That is naturallyunbothered2@gmail.com. Leave us a message. We welcome your feedback, comments, show ideas. Ebonites, you know how I love your advice requests, so keep them coming. You can listen to us on Apple, Spotify, iHeart, Audible, or wherever you listen to podcasts. We should be your favorite podcast. So when you tune in on YouTube, you should rate, leave a review, select the notification bell so that you are notified every Thursday when we upload new episodes by 8 a.m. You can chat with us live. We're in there wanting you to chat. Don't make us chat with ourselves. Because I be funny on it. I be funny on this shit. And I be talking about myself to myself. Don't make me do that. Talk back to me, hell. If you're looking for Naturally Unbothered merch, we got teas, we have shot glasses, we have coffee mugs, we have all kinds of items. So please, www.naturallyunbothered.com. That is www.naturallyunbothered.com, and click the merch link. We have all types of merch. Check it out. Listen, I've been giving the phone number all night. If you want to find out more about the Muzzle Is Off Podcast, 205-308-8304 will get you linked up. If you are in her area and you want to go to the Cherry Bar, is that what it is?
Cherry's Lounge.
Cherry's Lounge. Hey, pop some cherries at Cherry's Lounge.
That's right.
205-308-8304. If you want your legs thrown back, 205-308-8304.
Wait, you got recommendations for that?
We got all kind of stances. We got all 205-308-8304. We'll get you linked up.
Come on and link the people.
Most important thing I can say tonight is for you to tell your Heaux friends, to tell their Heaux friends, to tell their Heaux friends to tune in to Naturally Unbothered. Also, if you want us to know your body count, 205-308-8304. 205-308-8304. You will not be shamed. This is a safe place. We won't tell nobody.
We're going to tell everybody.
Tell us.
I love it.
All right. Until next time, everybody. It's been another great episode of Naturally Unbothered. Peace.
Doodles.